Yeah. What y'all came to do? We came to party. We taking shots up Patron, not Bacardi. We ain't here for no beat. We came to party, to have a party, a little party. What y'all came to do? We came to party. We taking shots up Patron, not Bacardi. We ain't here for no beat. We came to party, to have a party, a little party.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy PCs. I came up in the door.
What's going on? It's your boy TJ, the mayor.
What's going on? It's your man DJ Big Mike.
This is the Beyond the Tracks podcast, your podcaster's favorite podcast. I'm gonna turn that joint back up, dog. That's my boy Killer, Mo Killin' Killer for Killer.
Let's go. Ready to party.
It's starting to get nice out.
Yeah,
This is that summertime.
It's ready for summertime. We're ready for summertime.
But enough about me. Take a look at her tits. Better yet, go soft and take a look at them hips. She working that thing up to a box greater since so at 3 in the morning. I'm surrounded by these chicks. Yeah.
Just gonna let's just let that play.
Never Cardi.
It's ours, so we can't get flagged. Let's go.
And I don't like Patron or Bacardi, but we got 8 Mile. We ain't here for no beef.
Let's go.
Shots of Patron, but no lemon or salt, nigga. Nah, I ain't drunk. This the way that I walk. A little limp in my step.
I forgot about this verse.
DJ Zodiac.
Playing hoes to the left, keeping dimes on the right. Rock the party all night. I'm here
Yeah,
to have a good
that give me the
time.
scrunchy face.
I'm on my grown man, still don't take shit
From no man.
So listen here, brother, like my name was Hulk Hogan. I ain't Trick Daddy, but you don't know Nan, nigga who DJ and spit a flow like something.
Oh,
shit.
man. Dog.
What up, Zoe?
DJ Zodiac.
And Killer, what'd you say? Killer, Mo Killer, Killer.
Mo Killin' Killer for Killer.
You gotta talk in third person when you say killer though.
Yeah, no, Killer hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I know." He was like, "I know Killer got a couple tickets for the comedy show."
Listen, I don't know no person that talks in third person more than Killer, but I love it. I tried to do it a couple times. I can't do it.
It didn't work out too good.
Nah. Killer, okay. He the only person that can do that I know.
That's okay, man. Shout out to Killer, Mo Killin' Killer for Killer. Shout out to DJ Zodiac. Shout out to Shelly Shell. That's whose song that was. The Dream Team, man. That was off the Chronicles of Money Row. Man, we was reminiscing before the pod of some old music. Woo. It was good. It's good. It's good. How you feeling, Big Mike?
Man, I feel great, man. I had some vacation time, and
yes,
he's
back.
I'm back. I'm fresh. I'm ready to go. I checked out the last podcast, and it's motivation. Motivation.
Downtown Deb.
Downtown Deb.
Giving it to us, man.
And 8 Mile Mikey was in the building.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Once again, we're without our other co-host, the infamous R. Rowe. He still is on vacation. I think tomorrow might be his last day of vacation. He came back for a special event that we had. He's off on a hiatus right now. He'll be back. Yeah, man, he came back. Actually, we all came back together on last Friday, which what the last podcast was about. We had an amazing event over there at Amaya's. Shout out to Tino, Amaya, Laura, Lulu, Natalie, Jillian. I mean, the whole staff over there. I can name the whole staff. They're awesome.
It was nice.
We had a comedy event, man. We had a comedy event sponsored by Beyond the Tracks podcast, 8 Mile Vodka, and Jokes and Jams. We put together something for the community, for the people. It was a great night, man. We had Steve Sabo as the headliner, man, who killed it. The most caffeinated comedian of all time.
He had wings. He had wings.
That boy put down 3 Red Bulls before the show started.
Quick.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man, you want a drink or anything? You need anything?
He was like,
On me, man, what do you need? And he's like, hey, man, you got a Red Bull? And I was like, yeah. So when he asked me again for a Red Bull a little later on, because he was there super early, super professional dude. And I was like, yeah, man, whatever you want. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll probably take a couple more. He was like, I don't know if you know my tagline, but I'm the most caffeinated comedian in the game. And I was like, oh, no, I can tell.
He wasn't bullshitting. He on, what's the B vitamins and Gruatine and with all that shit that's in the Red Bull. Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah, with some caffeine.
DJ Big Mike, you were on the ones and twos.
That I was.
Spinning the music, man.
That I was. I have to before we even get started, I have to apologize.
For what?
Man, I had a song all lined up for Mikey Shoe. I owe this dude a Tupac joint.
Yeah, you do. He did talk.
I had it all queued up, ready to go, and I still never played it. And I felt like subconsciously, I was just being a dick.
We were in the office. Mikey and Tina was in the office after the show, and DJ Big Mike walks in and he's like, everything is good, blah, blah, blah. And Mikey goes, yeah, but you still didn't play the Tupac joint.
I didn't.
He was hurt.
Listen, he's gonna get the next show, Mikey. The next show, this is the camera. The next show, Mikey, I promise you're gonna get at least, I was gonna say 3, but I'm gonna give you at least 2, possibly 3, and I may mix them joints all together.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know so I can go take a bathroom break or something. So I'm bullshitting.
I gotta get him some Pac, man. I gotta get him some Pac.
He was feeling good, man. It was also opening day for the Tigers. He went to the game, so he was feeling good. Shout out to 8 Mile Vodka. Before we go any further, shout out to 8 Mile Vodka, Mikey Shoe, the George Berkelis, and the Tomey brothers, Anthony and Mike Tomey. They are in Comerica Park now. I think they're in 3 different bars in Comerica Park, which is super dope. A lot of the people, the pre-parties downtown Detroit had 8 Mile flowing. So
nice,
man. Yeah, shout out to them, man.
I don't know if you can see it. I got my Born in Detroit jumping off.
Yes, sir.
Today. Yeah, this is my second favorite hoodie right here.
You know what I need from Detroit? I need them to stop fucking around. I need Bally's. I need Bally's network to stop fucking around and join all the cable networks so I can watch my fucking Tigers. I can only watch the opening day because it was on Fox,
right? Regular
Fox too, and everything else. Yeah, which was a hell of a fucking game, but now I can't watch them because it's fucking Bally Sports and not Fox Sports Detroit anymore.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Detroit, get it together. Not Detroit. Actually, it's not Detroit's fault. Bally's, get the fuck together.
Bally's, let's go.
Yeah, so we had a fucking incredible event over at Amaya's, man, and we have another one coming up. I'm gonna make the announcement right now. May 20th, we have another one coming up there. We're gonna give you 3 comedians, this last Friday, Downtown Dev was on here. He was the first host, and let me tell y'all, man, Downtown Dev made his hosting debut.
Yeah,
and fucking killed it.
Yeah.
He was fucking great, man.
Nice.
What'd you think, Mike? You were up on stage with him, man.
He was nice. He I'm not gonna lie, I was pleasantly surprised. Like he did the damn thing. He did. Like he definitely gets the golfer's clap.
Definitely gets the golfer's clap
for sure.
And if he
speaking
wasn't
of downtown,
so little,
speaking of downtown Dev, before we jump all into it, man, I gotta. He was on the podcast last time, man, and he kind of
like hat switch.
Yeah, he scared me, man, because I felt like he could take my damn spot. So I just want to let you know I'm gonna switch this up, put my Trojans on. Dev, this is for you. I'm gonna do a quick little something. Downtown Dev, you getting down with Monroe Mike. I represent the whole. I want to shout out my man Jason Cole, JC Quality Construction. He does everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door, from the roof to the basement floor. Hit him up at 734-652-9715. Tell him that Beyond the Tracks podcast and Monroe Mike sent you, and he'll give you 15% off all materials. Let's check it out. Once again, this is your boy, Monroe Mike. I represent it all. Let's go.
Oh wow! I didn't know anything about that shot. That was a hell of a shout out.
Yeah, now I'm back. Big Mike is what's going on? It's your boy Big Mike.
Wow, did Dev do and Mikey? Did they do too good with the sponsorship?
They did, man. They did. I was scared. Like I was like, oh shit. Like, man, I thought I was important on this podcast. I seen real quick. I was quickly replaced, and I was scared. So I gotta just let everybody know, like it's your boy. It's Monroe Mike. You know, when I'm doing my when I do my shout outs now, and when I do my,
it's Monroe
my
Mike.
thing,
It's not DJ Big Mike. It's Monroe Mike.
It's Monroe Mike because you got Downtown Dev, and you know he can have downtown, but I want all of Monroe.
Oh shit!
See, Dev, you got to come holler at me because I'm Monroe Mike. I'm part of downtown, so it's your man.
Wow, wow. There's a lot going on there, Dev. I mean, Hey man, snap back. We gonna snap back. We gonna clap back. We're gonna clap. Let's take it to war.
Right. Yo,
I don't know if you recognize that reference. That's an old Ja Rule. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like that's why I brought the whole hat out because I'm like, man.
No, I was wondering why you had a wardrobe change and everything when you first got here. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, bruh.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to show you that I can get down.
No, I'm Speaking of JC's Quality Construction, Jason Cole from JC's Quality Construction, him and his wife were both in attendance. Enjoyed themselves, man. They come out in the community and support too, man. They're Monroe people. All the people that we shout out are Monroe people, and it's not nothing against nowhere else. And we do fuck with people from everywhere else, but it just so happens, man, that like when we do shit like that, it's for the community, and then other communities come and hang out with us, and then we go to other communities and hang out with them, man. Like there's some cats from Toledo that I'm gonna go down. They invited me down to some stuff down there. It's some of RO's people and some of the people that actually we know the same people when we didn't know that we knew the same people. They were in attendance. We're gonna go check them out down there.
I mean, TJ, the mayor is like you ain't just the mayor of Monroe. Like you the mayor of damn near every city you step into.
Do not put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay, we are not gonna do that. I do the check-ins when I go to other places. I call and say, hey, I'm checking in.
Do you check in?
I absolutely do. I absolutely not around here. Yes, I do though when I go places, and it's not a check-in like, hey man, I'm checking in. Like, hey, what's up? I show love when I go to other places, so that is the check-in.
Do you ever check in with Trick?
No, I don't check into Detroit. Why would I check into Detroit?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like that's home.
That's home.
But yeah. So why would I? No, I'm talking about like when I go back to AZ or when I go to LA.
Dev better check in with me before he come back downtown. That's all I'm saying.
He's a resident of Monroe. You know what, man? Dev had on. If Dev wasn't so small, I was gonna rob him until he brought out them brass knuckles. I was gonna rob him for that decode.
Oh, bro,
he came out with that Tiger's leather.
Funky?
That motherfucker was funky than a motherfucker. It was dope, bro.
Listen, let's talk about that for a second. Because I walk in, I'm talking to Dev, and I said, I need that Born in Detroit. He had a Born in Detroit hat on. I said, man, I need that damn hat. He was like, oh, wait till I do my wardrobe change. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking, he ain't doing no damn wardrobe change. And then when he came out with that bitch, I was like, oh, boy.
I didn't see it until right before he hit the stage. Right. And then he came crip walking out to the stage. I said, oh, shit.
Didn't he?
Motherfucker ran for mayor, and then he's crip walking with his leather on, with his Born in Detroit hat on to the stage. I said, oh, shit, this is downtown Dev for real.
The facts. Facts. That's why I had to come a little strong today, but.
And here at the Beyond the Tracks podcast, if you are longtime listeners, you know like this is like the shout out of shout out podcast. So I'm gonna run this down as quickly as I can, and we're gonna get to what we're getting to today, because I love the city of Monroe, man, and I love shouting people out because we are like it's when I was on stage just introducing Dev, and I'm looking out in the crowd, there's people that I see and I know, and it's personable. We're at a 80, 90 person joint. Right. It's personable. I love seeing people in the crowd. And so I'm going to try to go through them. I'm going to forget. I know I'm going to forget some people, but I'm sorry. But there is a lot of people that I want to go through real quick. So already, we already said shout out to Amaya's and Tino and their whole staff. Steve Sabo, Tim Locke, and Downtown Dev for holding it down and just being very, very funny and giving the people what they came to see, man. Also, you, DJ Big Mike, for on the ones and twos. RO, who they were referring to him as RO the Enforcer. Infamous RO the Enforcer, because he was in the back making sure everything was running good, and they don't know that he's a teddy bear, but he, I guess when Dev looked at him through the crowd, he had a mean mug on. He said that RO the Enforcer. So shout out to RO.
RO a gangster. Don't shorten him up.
Hold on, this is
from the glass.
Yeah, so shout out to RO. Jillian and Tyler. Jillian is Tino's daughter. Shout out to her and Tyler. I first met Tyler at actually Jillian and Tyler. I just first met them at our recent Jokes and Jams. And Danielle Page is the one that people have been seeing the video that surfaced about Danielle just serenading the dude in the crowd. That was Jillian's boyfriend, Tyler. Yeah. They came out. They had a great time. So shout out to him. Yeah. I'll get through it. Sasha. People don't know, man. Sasha. She's behind the scenes. She makes a lot of things happen, like digital marketing and stuff that she can't be there sometimes, but she's definitely moving things behind the scenes. Yeah, Laura, Bree, Natalie, the whole staff over there. Mikey Shu, obviously, man. Mikey Shu helped put all this together. Nobody could have done, none of us could have done anything without him, man. He is an integral part of he doesn't like to take credit, but he needs the credit, people. Jokes and Jams for sponsoring, and we had a couple of Jokes and Jams members come out and support because it's all like we always say, a collaboration, not a competition. We all fuck with each other, and I'm part of Jokes and Jams, the whole Never crew. Everybody that came out, man. Thank you so much. And one of them people was Chrissy Montague from Montague Creatives, which she will be on here very soon. We're actually trying to get a date together for her to come on. Her and actually she's bringing a couple friends with her. She's launching Montague Creatives publicly, and you know what I mean? So we got some really cool stuff when she comes on. Dev and Pete, obviously, from Development Group. Pete Rendina was in the house. Him and his wife, they're expecting soon. His fiance, they're expecting soon. Devin Kennedy and his girl from Kennedy Wellness, man. A longtime friend of mine. We used to work together. I believe he has something out of Oaks. The Oak store on over the old Pop Stop. You know me, I'm old school. Mignano's is still gonna be Mignano's. Pop Stop's gonna be, but now it's Pastor Boone's spot.
Oaks Village.
Yep. Ryan Mink and Shane Neckel from the Ryan Mink and Shane Neckel group, Facebook group. Yeah. They're the Monroe County reporters.
Yep.
They came out. Me and Ryan go all the way back to like T-ball, I think. We used to stay at each other's house and stuff.
That's Dana's like. If they don't post it, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, exactly. Like Monroe Evening News, step your fucking game up because these motherfuckers is out there.
They can't.
No, they can't. They can't fuck with Ryan and Shane. And also Mary from MJR Photography. Mary is just a really dope person in our community. I've got to know her personally over the last month or 2 months maybe, because she's a really good friend of my cousin Chrissy Montague, who I was just talking about, and she does incredible photography. And also, man, she's down, man. She just really like cares about the community and things that happen in it. So shout out to Mary. Cal from Partyville. Cal was in there. Cal was in the house after opening day, and he still made it. Jason from JC's Quality Construction, which I mentioned before. Dana, Mike's wife. Nina's Chic Boutique. She was representing Nina's Chic Boutique in the house. So big shout out to her. And she does a lot of our merch, and she does a lot of our different things. A lot of the stuff that you see behind us. Little knickknacks in the studio you guys can't see. She does. And shout out to Kim Ruiz. Kim, her energy, man, every time I see her, I just love it. I just love it. It was so, I have to talk about this real quick. I put a post up saying that there's nothing to do in Monroe is a sentence I don't want to hear.
Right.
And we had like back to back things happening for like a month now, 2 months now. You know what I mean? Whether it was the River Raisin Center or the ALCC, Amaya's, Jokes and Jams. Yeah. You know, just so many different things, man. And Kim is at everything.
Everything.
And, you know, she puts together things for D
everywhere.
Mills. Yeah, she's you know, she helps D Mills, you know, manage and all that stuff and put together stuff, man. She's everywhere, and her energy is always at 10.
Always.
So shout out to Kim. Thank you for coming out. Jay Bricks did some pictures. He's always in the building, always helping out any way he can. He did some great photography that night. So also Jake Elmer of Jake's Lawn Care Service. That's one of the homies. And
Jake, I need you, bro.
Yeah,
call me.
A lot of us need you, bro. Springtime
Call me.
is here, and a lot of us need you. I just cleaned my gutters and shit, and I'm trying to do and I'm like, oh, Jake, could you guys time come over to the group? Anyway, Mikey Shoemaker's mother and sister. I haven't seen his sister in a long time. Shout out to her, Jenny. His mother, who I met I'll say the first time in a long time, because it's been a long time since I had seen her. So shout out to them for coming out. Man. That was the list that I can put together real quick before the show. I'm sure there's a lot more people.
We had Brain Jerk in the house, of course, as always.
I was going to get to that, but they was going to get their own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Their own, but yes. Talk about it.
Josh, man, that's my guy. You know, we talk a lot about Ryan, but Josh is my guy, and he's got a new character coming out. I'm not gonna put too much out there right now, but
no, put it out.
Put it out there with Terry Springer.
Terry Sprinkler.
Yeah, Sprinkler, yes, Terry Sprinkler, and he came.
It's Jerry Springer's cousin,
okay,
or nephew, I believe, something like that. Yeah.
So he came out, man, and and I heard a couple people like, this dude got on a wig. This dude got on a wig. I'm like, y'all will know this very soon. Like, if you don't know now, you're going to know soon. So, know. Shout out to Josh, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, Josh, Kayla, Ryan's wife, Ryan, Kayla, Josh, they came to represent. Man, it was just filled with homies, and that's what I like. And it's not. I want everybody to come out and have a good time.
I mean, you just shouted out like 78 people. It was only 80 people there, but you might have missed two. Somebody that just came in random, probably didn't buy a ticket, just snuck in. You probably missed them.
There's actually like a bunch of people that specifically said not to shout them out.
Yeah,
so,
that's how good.
And I respect that, and I just love the turnout. More than the turnout, I love that everybody in there had a good time. Shout out to Cassidy. Her girlfriend that came, man, sat at the bar. Cassidy was really excited about coming. That's some kinfolk, some down the line, some distant kinfolk. But to us, no matter if you're eighth cousins or first cousins, it's all the same to us. We're black. That's how black folks do.
She's not distant to me. That's my cousin Bum's daughter. So.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like in the line, you know how things are. They're like, is that your like your aunt's daughter? No, don't worry about it. It's cousins.
If this person is my fourth cousin, they just like my first cousin if I fuck with them. So let's go.
Danny Evans came out. One of my guys from work, man. Carlton was in the building. There's just a lot of cool. Shit, I don't. Let's move on from that, man.
I got one more, just because we're in the beginning. Let's get them out that way we can have our conversation because this is gonna go. This conversation is gonna go today. Yeah. So I just want to shout out Teresa Shaw from the Photo Book, amazing photographer as well. She listens to every podcast or she watches it. She's the one. She tags people like we shouted out a girl from upstairs.
Spotlight, Carly.
And of course, yes, Carly. And so she commented, I've befriended her on Facebook. And so she's like, she loves it. You know what I'm saying? Teresa loves it. Does amazing work as well. So shout out to you, Teresa. I don't shout you out enough, so I appreciate you.
Dope, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Now, let's go.
Well,
let's talk. What do you really want to talk? What do you really want to talk about today? Because today is. Well, it's going to come out on Friday, but today, when we're recording, is something special.
West Coast love, y'all.
Oh, shit.
I'm from the D.
That's how you feeling?
What's up, Long Beach?
Shit.
Hey, have you ever seen a Chevy? Yeah, sexy as a mother. That glossy paint, Cali style. Hollywood. Every day get up in the morning.
Whoa.
Loving my baby.
Shout out to Sly Piper, man.
The way you're supposed to.
If y'all don't know who Sly Piper is, y'all don't really know the ins and outs of music.
You better Google him.
The way a real thug would.
West.
Man, I'm getting in my West Coast shit, man.
I see.
I'm getting my West Coast shit, and it'll make sense. I'll bring it all together, man. Because
we put the lokes on and everything.
Yeah, man. I almost put on khakis and shit, but I didn't want to get arrested outside of our studio because we are downtown.
Right.
But no, man. I was Saturday, man. I woke up. I was enjoying the night from before, so I woke up, had my coffee, man, and just getting the girls together and everything, and just put on SportsCenter. I like to put on SportsCenter just in the background when I'm feeding the girls and doing stuff. And they had a special on it was the 30th anniversary of White Men Can't Jump. And the reason why, when I think of White Men Can't Jump, I have to put on the song that I recorded down in Atlanta called West Coast, is because that's the first feel I get with White Men Can't Jump. There's a couple different reasons why, but it was filmed out in Venice Beach, for people that don't know. So it's got the West Coast feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've actually been on the court where they filmed that. I've been to Venice Beach. I've seen all that stuff, and it just, I don't know, when I think of White Men Can't Jump, I just think of, man, how West Coast it was without people realizing that was really West Coast.
Yeah.
But that's the big clock. But, the thing that people don't realize sometimes is that's a sports movie, man. That's a sports movie. And it got me to thinking, you know what I mean? like, man, that was one of the best sports movies of all time, but we don't think of it as a sports movie because sometimes the movies are so good, we don't even recognize that it had something to do with sports. You know what I mean?
That's a hustler movie to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
that's
everything. It's a life movie.
It is a life
How to
movie,
move,
but
things like, yeah.
It's a life movie. It's a friendship movie. It's a hustler movie. It's But that's the thing. Like we talked about that before. Like sports movies are not really sports movies.
No,
they always got an underlying something
message.
So facts.
Yeah, they got messages, man.
Yeah,
they got messages, and they did a great special on Sports Center. Rosie Perez videoed in. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson was there with the director, and he was explaining the vivid scene, like the vividness of the scene. I don't even know if vividness is a word. It's a word now.
Well,
even if it's not, it's a word now.
We'll put it on. We'll put it on for the Webster to try to pick it up.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary can solve anything. So the vividness of what he was describing, of what he wanted the characters to be and everything, and how they ended up being friends in real life, but everything just matched up when they were recording, filming that movie. You know what I mean? And they just had some really. I won't describe the whole special. You guys go check it out. It's a really dope special.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I might check that out. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I actually sent it to you, but I know that you were busy earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So it just got me thinking, like, that is one of the greatest sports movies of all time. And then I said,
it's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna say the best of all time.
I got to thinking, what's my favorite sports movie of all time? We did a podcast called Growing Up Sports,
right? And
that was personable. It was all personal stories and stuff, and it was our own movie. You know what I mean? We had like our own little movies in there. But just like looking back, I'm like, man, what is my favorite? And I couldn't come up with one. I even tried to come up with a top 5, man, and it was like, I don't know, man. I don't know because they have so many messages in them, and it doesn't even have to be about the sport that you play, or you know what I mean.
I had to break mine down, and like I said, I couldn't even come up with a top 5 favorite movies for individual sports. And I know we talked.
You're telling me that.
We talked earlier.
Let's talk about it.
And you was like for example, I'm gonna bring up golf because you was like, it was some good movies, but I'm like, bro, just golf movies. Bagger Vance, amazing,
great one.
Tin Cup, amazing.
Yeah.
Caddyshack, fucking classic.
You know what? When you said golf, the first thing I thought was Caddyshack, and I was like, even though it's a comedy, it revolves around a golf club.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rodney Dangerfield.
Right.
I'll put it like this. That movie right there is one of the movies where you actually know, a lot of people actually know the pop references from that movie before they actually knew that they were from that movie.
Exactly.
The pop references are so big that you hear them all the time, and then you go watch and you go, oh, that's where these people got this from? Oh, that's where they got that from?
Think about this. Bill Murray,
legend,
was fairly small when that movie came out. He wasn't supposed to be the guy. It was supposed to be Rodney Dangerfield, was supposed to be the guy. But really, Bill Murray, to me, in my opinion, outshined him. And he had maybe...
With a little dialogue.
I was going to say, he might have had, 20 lines in the whole movie? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. So, and then I started... another one is, I know, I'm an Adam Sandler fan. A lot of people think he's just goofy, but what is it?
Billy Madison.
I just drew up
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, because I was gonna say Happy Madison, but that's his production company.
Yeah.
But Happy Gilmore, to me, classic. And then I started getting into because I was kind of trying to stray away from the typical basketball, football.
I know, me too.
You know what I mean?
I even got some hockey movies that I love.
Yeah, and it's like another one. I started digging into baseball, and I'm thinking of all of course, 42 will always be a classic. But then I even dug
Hold on. Wait a minute. Speaking of 42.
Okay.
That was Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yes.
Has R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah.
But do you know how many black legends he has played in like a short 5 period of time?
Oh shit! I can't even. I mean,
R.I.P. And I'm gonna say motherfucker. And I mean it in like in a good way.
Right,
That's how we
right.
do as black folks. This
Right.
motherfucker played Jackie Robinson.
Jack. Yes.
This motherfucker played Black Panther. I don't care. He's one of the biggest legends. I don't care if it's a
Facts.
fictional character or not. It's
James Brown.
James
And,
Brown.
and played all these characters to a T.
Thurgood Marshall.
Damn, forgot about that one.
Yeah, there's like 7 of them I had in my head.
Yeah.
Like he has played like he is the epitome of black folks playing some good legendary black folks.
That's true. That's true.
Which
Man.
people slept on Thurgood Marshall, bro. People slept on that.
Yeah, because I damn near forgot about it. But when you said it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, because that was amazing. But that's not a sports movie, so it wasn't in my head right now.
But yeah, no, I get it. But anyway,
But yeah, what Field of Dreams?
Field of Dreams, man. Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner is, man, he was in Tin Cup, golf, classic. Field of Dreams, baseball, classic. Like, does this dude, he has to have a football movie and a hockey movie or something.
Yeah, he does have a football movie.
What's it called?
Draft Day.
Dra-
Come on, bro. You know I'm a movie buff. Don't get me to fucking started.
Kevin Costner. Shout out to Kevin Costner. That's my guy too. And then I started. I mean, I'm gonna let you. Remember the Titans. Got to bring that out.
That's a classic. Well, okay, so I'm gonna name off a few movies that came to mind like right off the bat. Is to me Blue Chips was that's in my top 5. Nick Nolte, Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway. I don't even remember the dude that they got from Indiana, but it was like they could have had any white
anybody.
tall baller from Indiana. They're all the same and they're all good.
He was from French Lick.
He was from French
Where
Lick.
Bird was
Where
from, so-
exactly. Shooting in some crate out in some field where they were a tractor was guarding them. Right? Yes.
I just had to get that.
Yeah, so Blue Chips, man. Blue Chips was like my first time looking into seeing inside of, because I was a kid, but I was playing ball at the time. We were playing AAU. Like, man, damn, like this is how the shit really go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This shit, wow. So Blue Chips is the first one that came to my mind. It's classic. You know, not a lot of times, man, do they take professional athletes, put them in a movie about being an athlete, and it comes out good, even though they're playing themselves. It ends up being cheesy sometimes.
Yeah.
That was one of the movies where it was perfect.
I think Blue Chips was perfect because Nick Nolte, in my opinion, brought all that shit out of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because Nick Nolte probably, to me, he played that Coach Knight kind of character, kind of crazy,
No nonsense.
kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't play by your rules.
I just thought of another movie that's fucking me up because I didn't think about this one earlier, but it almost made me cry. Hoosiers. Yeah. Man, I wish we could have had this conversation before I went on vacation because I probably wouldn't have went anywhere. I would have just sat at home and just watched movies
Well, I'm
for
glad I didn't.
a week and a half.
Blue Chips.
Blue Chips.
I'm gonna keep it with the blue theme. Varsity Blues. To me was, to me, and this is it's a popular movie, but it might not be on people's popular top 5. And I don't even know if this is my top 5. I'm just going off of stuff that the first things that came to my head, like the first movies, 5 movies that came to my head. And it was because that came out when I was in that stage of playing football. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that
Varsity
makes
Blues
sense.
came out, like we were living Varsity Blues at the time.
Right.
And when that movie came out, people started comparing. We were a wild class. Like a wild. Like that shit that happened on Varsity Blues, no bullshit, they probably could have did it on us and it would have been way more wilder. They wouldn't have been able to put it in the movies. I'm just being honest. You can, people that know me like that or know that era of our high school, it was like that. Like this, my B-day was team sports with my football coach. My second hour was SRT. Third hour was advanced team sports with the basketball coach. My 4th hour was assistantship for swimming, where I sat there and made sure people didn't drown.
Yo,
Like I wasn't a teacher, I just sat there.
That's why you
basically
don't have
worked out.
no smarts.
Yeah, I don't
because
have
you
no
ain't had
education.
no academic
I have
classes.
really good, physical education.
Yeah, but you're the athlete.
But, fuck, a long time ago, I did a fucking Peloton workout before I got here, bro. I almost fell asleep before I fucking got here because that shit put me under. But anyway, and I think that Varsity Blues might not have hit for everybody, but it was kind of some shit that I could really relate to. And it just had them gyms in it, man, that people players come together, because sometimes you got to come together against the man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you got to help out Billy Bob. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? And be there for him, be his brother. Like, you got to stick together. Like, that's when you're in high school, you learn you might not have the same friends forever, but you learn how to be a friend in high school, I believe. It taught a lot of lessons about life.
I think Remember the Titans was that for me, because I could kind of relate to it on both levels. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to it on the racism level, and then everything that you just talked about is in that as well. So yeah. I mean, it's those are them. Let's talk real quick about a new one, which is definitely it's new. So I don't know if it's in my top 5 yet, but it's definitely an honorable mention.
Okay.
King Richard. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That movie was freaking
no, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you gotta watch
it. So I'm gonna watch it, and I'm trying to get to it.
Yeah.
That was something I wrote down before today, but I haven't watched it yet.
I don't want to talk too much about it then.
Don't talk too much about it. But because I've seen this documentary, this short documentary thing about them in Compton, and I was like, okay, I got to sit down and watch it. And I haven't got the time to actually that's one of the movies where I have to set a time aside to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, I won't watch it.
Right. So
I'm so intrigued by it.
I'll just tell you this, because I watched the documentary as well. To me, the best film that was created literally from a documentary, the best. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let's move forward.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give too much.
Actually, Will Smith, and I didn't even think about this until you just said that, but Will Smith actually played that doctor about the CTE, the concussion stuff. Yeah. Which
that was another
which politics didn't let them push that movie so much because it hit.
That's another one on my list.
A little bit too much. Any Given Sunday, Willie Beeman.
Oh shit! Yeah, you know what? I just readjusted. I just readjusted my whole top 100 for that one,
bro.
Because
Al Pacino,
yeah,
Jamie Foxx, Dennis Quaid, LL Cool J, Bill Bellamy, Terrell Owens.
I forgot about Bill.
What,
come on, how I forget about Bill Bellamy?
Hold on,
yes.
who was the linebacker?
Lawrence Taylor.
Come on, man. And that was another one of them rare moments where that many people can have a hell of a fucking movie. What's her name? The girl that went to high school with Snoop Dogg.
You just threw me off with that one.
She plays the owner.
Shay and them.
No, she's white. The white girl. Oh no. Yeah. From Something About Mary. I'm having a brain fart. Fuck. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
She won't get mad. She's not listening to this podcast.
She might be. We'll shout her out before the end of the podcast.
What's my man that plays Gordon from A Dark Knight? He plays Two-Face. He plays not Gordon. Yeah,
yes, he played an executive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, he's the trainer.
A lot of people in there.
Bro, the doctor, he's a well-known actor.
Yep.
That was star-studded and still good.
Facts.
Still good. And then when Jamie Foxx did his special, talking about the cast on that movie and how it really went down behind the scenes, him and LL really getting into a fight. And
LL just talked about that on Rock the Bells. Again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, LL talks about that about once a year. So that's why I know it was real. It was real, and it really affected both him and Jamie Foxx, because both of them talk about it all the time. And how old is that movie? Close to 20 years now? I bet you.
Oh, it's for sure 20 years because we're in 2022. It had to come out in like the late 90s. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say like around 99, 98.
Shit, I'm old.
I don't know.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch it up. I'm about to. Come on now. Come on. Hey.
Let's go.
Above the rim.
That was my next.
Above the rim.
I really didn't want to.
Hey, Mikey. Tupac was in Above the Rim. I repeat, Tupac was in Above the Rim. Hey, RO, infamous RO. Tupac was in Above the Rim.
Hey, listen. Put the camera on me. All I remember is this, and I wanted to learn how to do it, and I never perfected.
The razor. I knew you was gonna say the razor, bro. Still to this day, I do that as like a pop reference, and nobody gets it. I'll just do it with my finger. I'm like, it's funny things that you do pick up, and people just look at me like I'm stupid. I'm like, y'all don't get that. That was one of the hardest things in the whole fucking movie.
Facts.
Oh man,
and
the star-studded cast for that.
Listen, I can't tell you how many kids cut their damn tongues.
Probably
trying to try that
shit.
Yeah. Because I didn't cut my tongue, but I would practice on the plastic razors, and I know those are a little thicker, but I couldn't. My lips was too.
Shout out, R.I.P. Not even shit. R.I.P. Boo Boo Plumber. Boo Boo Plumber could do that shit.
Word.
Yeah, R.I.P. man, R.I.P.
He could hold it in his mouth forever, and
bro. Before that, like when we used to be at fucking Skateway,
damn,
Telegraph.
That's dope.
No, we was like kids, and he kept the razor in the mouth.
Bro,
case it popped off.
To me, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put it out there.
Kids, don't do this shit.
Don't do it. But I'm telling you, that was the hardest shit on the planet to me. Fuck a gun. Everybody was like, I got my 9 milli. Nah.
Marlon Wayans was in there.
Yeah.
Played a hell of a part.
Yep.
Nobody wants to play that part. That's Boo Boo the Fool. You know what I mean? Nobody
Yep.
wants to be that fucking guy.
But he
that
played
gets
it.
shit on. You know what I mean? Like Leon, and bro, you know Leon's my guy because you know 5 Heartbeats is literally my top 5 movies of all time, and that motherfucker for real can sing in real life.
Right.
But Leon had. I don't know if he just. I think that Leon could play ball like that way before that movie came out because he just had too silky of a straight.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
he had a straight up and down. Like it wasn't a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
can-
mechanics to it. It was straight.
He
How
can
you're
ball.
supposed to shoot straight up and down. Yeah,
he can ball.
He can ball.
He can ball.
He can ball. That was dope.
And that was like based on like the Ruckers.
Yeah,
You know,
the street
so-
ball shit in New York.
Yeah.
Man, I liked it. I liked it because it gave you the grittiness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It wasn't.
It gave you
yeah,
the
it
behind,
wa-
like
yeah,
what
it-
people really
it
have to
definitely
go
wasn't
through.
polished.
No.
Yeah.
No, a lot of kids, people don't think about that, man. A lot of the inner city kids, they have people pulling them from every different direction, man. And it's hard to not fall in a trap. You know what I mean? When you got the dope boys and you got the big dogs pulling you one way and you got your coach pulling you the other and you got to do right by your mama.
To me, if you know that kind of vibe, like that shit was real.
yeah.
That wasn't no
That was
bullshit.
somebody's story. That
Yeah.
was, I shouldn't say somebody, that was a lot of people's story.
That
in a lot
somebody
of
was
different
able
cities.
to write down in a script. Yeah, that was dope.
And that's referred to a lot in the Battle League, man. Oh my God, one of the best lines is when he's talking about the loser had to jump, like, bro, off the roof. I don't know. Anyway, don't get me on my battle shit. Now, okay, I gotta. You know, I can go on. I can name 100,000 movies,
Right.
but I like bringing up movies that aren't like the forefront movies, so to speak. But the era Above the Rim, you had Above the Rim.
Right.
But do you remember the Jimmy Darlin Shake and Bake? The air up there. Where they went to Africa to get up.
Kevin Bacon. Yes.
The air up there was one of my favorites when I was growing up.
That shit was corny.
Had that
as
shit on
fuck.
VHS, my dog.
That shit was corny
I
as
don't care.
fuck.
Listen. Give me corn.
Listen,
Give me corn.
Hold on,
I will
man.
pop it. I will cream it. I will do whatever. Call me Corny McCornster. That was
Bruh.
my shit, bro.
Listen, hold on. See, and this is my fault. You told me I couldn't bring up A League of Their Own. Like you can't bring up.
I didn't say you couldn't bring it up. I said you couldn't bring it up without me. If you think that I'm not gonna be the one to bring it up,
I was gonna sing the song,
you were gonna.
and you told me not to sing the song, so I'm not gonna sing the song.
Bro, it fucking Jimmy Doll and Shake and Bake, bro. They had to go to the village, son.
The air.
They had to go to the
there.
village, son. Yeah, well. Just saying. Okay, I want to get off basketball, but before I get off basketball, here is another. I feel like now this one is 100% no bullshit in my top 5. I do not give a fuck when anybody says this will always be in my top 5. Is the GOAT.
Ooh.
Earl Manigault. See, when I say the GOAT, people be thinking, oh, that movie with this. No, that movie, because there's a couple, I think like The GOAT or maybe something similar or whatever. No, the story of Earl Manigault. Like it was like it's the movie where the motherfucker didn't make it. Now that's some teachable moments for your ass where the character didn't make it and it's a true story.
And I was gonna say, and that shit was real.
Yeah.
And the shit that he did was real.
When he grabbed that shit off the top of the, come on, bro, off the top of the backboard. Come on, man.
And left change.
Come on, man. Yeah, no, like and Don Cheadle, man, is Don Cheadle. I watch anything when Don Cheadle does that stupid YouTube funny shit. Like I kind of like cringe. Like Don, what are you doing, bro?
Right.
But I don't care if he's doing his English accent or his other side of the pond English accent. That motherfucker's good, bro.
Don Cheadle is probably in my top 10 favorite
Best
actors.
Yeah. No, I'll second
Just
that
favorite.
motion. I'll second that motion. Yeah, man. Earl Manigault, man. I watched that. I had that on VHS too, man. And I'm gonna have to find that. I don't have a copy of it anymore. That's one of the ones I would love to have a copy of.
Yeah.
I love that one, man.
You're gonna have to look that one up. I got one for you.
Okay.
I believe it was called Undisputed.
Yeah.
With Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
When they're in prison.
Yeah.
They
Fight
boxing.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Ving Rhames.
Yes.
Ving Rhames, however you say his name.
Yeah,
How do you say
Ving
was it Ving?
Ving.
Rhames? I never know how to say his name right.
That big brother.
You talking about
from Baby Boy?
Talking about Jody, little Jody.
He will always be known for that there. But yeah.
Guns and butter. It's all about guns and butter.
Yeah.
Man, Undisputed. I didn't think about Undisputed.
Yeah. And is it a sports movie?
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, fighting's a sport.
I mean,
yeah, because I mean, they had to box. They had to box. It was sanctioned.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way it was sanctioned.
It was sanctioned by the mob, but yeah, it was still sanctioned.
Oh, I love that. I love that the old dude that puts it all together.
Yeah.
Every movie he's in, I love. Oh shit! You know what else he's in? I'm sorry, I didn't want to go away from Undisputed.
Dude, we are literally getting ready to have people just absolutely do nothing this summer but watch some movies.
Oh, you know how many people are going to hit me up and go, I wish you guys were live so I can call in and say, oh, well, this, oh, well, that, because this is one of them, because everybody's seen all these movies. But Undisputed, okay, so there was the dude that put the shit together, right? The old mobster dude.
Yep.
Okay, if you remember, he was the bookie in, I can think of the name. I don't want to sing the song, but fuck it. Strike one, caught you by surprise. Strike two, right? With fucking
What the fuck? Where'd that come from?
Strike three. That was the theme song for it. Shit, it had Keanu Reeves. He was the coach of the Cucumbers. G Baby got shot. It was in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart.
Shit.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
yeah. Hey, you look that up.
No,
all of our interns in here. Not one of them's in here today.
Listen, I'm about to
because
phone a friend.
That dude was like Cucumbers. Remember, he was that's what he put because that's the team name. So he goes to the bookie and he's the bookie.
Yep.
Okay, Cucumbers. Like I just love that dude's voice in every fucking movie. He doesn't really say much, but every time he does, it's fucking dope. Yeah, man. Fuck. Little League. No. What the fuck was that called?
Hold on, I'm trying to phone a friend.
Oh, we can phone a friend. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to phone a friend. We'll continue to talk. We'll try to think about it.
Okay,
But,
I'll wait until your phone friend calls in.
I remember the green uniform. I remember my man. He had the headphones.
I love
on
it when they call me Big
and,
Papa.
and he used to pitch, but he had the headphones.
Bro, they
on.
killed fucking G Baby, bro.
They killed G Baby in that movie.
Man, wow.
Was that was before the Matrix? Damn, and that,
No, it wasn't.
no, it wasn't. I think it was.
No, I think.
But that's the sports movie.
Matrix.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was karate, kind of, sort of, maybe different. No, it wasn't at all.
No,
No, it wasn't at all.
no.
We're gonna get the fuck off the Matrix.
We're gonna get the fuck off the Matrix. Keanu Reeves, though. Keanu Reeves, The Replacements.
The Replacements, yes.
Come on, man.
What was his name? He was he
Shane
played,
Falco, bro?
played the typical quarterback who shaved points, fucked up the game.
The fucking kicker. What's the kicker's name? I forget the kicker's name. I'm Whitery.
I'm Whitery.
He's Whitery. Gene Hackman was the coach.
He was the coach. Yeah,
Faison Love.
Faison Love. I was in. There was some decent actors
Bro,
in
that was
too.
that was funny shit. What's my man that played the linebacker?
The big dude. No,
He played the linebacker, but he's the one that brought in the inmate, right? He played the linebacker. Shout out to Orlando Bloom. No, that different Orlando. That's my other shit, Troy.
Yes.
Orlando. Oh shit, we gotta call her up in this motherfucker.
He is ready.
What up, though? You live on the Beyond the Tracks podcast. Who you be, mother sucker?
Oh, wow. This is, how y'all say it? This is your boy, B-Rad.
B-Rad, Brad Roberts in the building, man. What's happening, Brad?
What's going on?
I just want to say, you sounded extremely Caucasian.
That
Is it
whitest
Cajun?
introduction ever.
Is it Caucasian?
Caucasian.
Is it Caucasian or is it Cajun? Because he is down in the bayou.
Yes, he is Caucasian with a J.
Yeah, you got to put that in there.
Caucasian.
Oh,
Yeah.
but he's also Cajun.
What's going
Down in
on,
the
man?
bayou. What's happening?
It's my man Brad in the building. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Same old shit.
Man, I had to call a friend. We was talking about a movie, and
All right.
I was like, shit, Brad will probably know this shit. So I'm gonna break it down to you real quick. Tell me the name of the movie.
All right.
It had Keanu Reeves in it. It was a little league baseball movie, and G Baby got killed.
Oh, I don't remember the name.
I feel like this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like, that's the only clues you can get. Like, this is dope.
It wasn't The Replacements.
We just got done talking about that. It took place in Chicago.
Yep.
The team name was Cucumbers.
The Bad Batch.
Nope.
No?
Nope. We're not looking it up neither. We're honestly in the studio right now. We refuse to look it up because we don't want to know the name until somebody tells us.
Alrighty then.
So
Damn. It wasn't. What the hell was the name of that?
I got it. I got it.
Hardball.
You just said it.
what was it?
Hardball.
Hardball.
I just got it. I was like, oh, and I didn't want to say yes. Hardball.
Yeah, you didn't have shit.
Motherfucker, I did.
I was about to say softball.
You about to say softball?
Softball.
I
No.
knew it had a ball in it.
Yeah, you like balls, but
No, that
pause.
we were talking about something else. Hardball. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on, Brad? We sitting here, man. We talking about favorite sports movies, and we've talked about a whole bunch of them. So,
Okay,
man,
all right.
so let's go. Tell me some of your favorite sports movies.
Well, I don't really watch too many sports movies. To be real, like I don't really like get into them. I'm not a sports guy.
All right, well, you're fucking up our vibe. So look, come up with some fucking sports. I'm sorry.
Well, all this aggression, man. I'm pretty sure that's disallowed from like YouTube or something. Can I report this?
No, we can cuss. We can do what the fuck we want to do.
No, but don't report us because we should be getting reported for fucking weeks and weeks because I've been playing shit that's copywritten so much and they haven't caught me yet.
Yeah.
I just told it myself, didn't I? Brad,
Yes, you did. I'm about
Brad.
to report you. What? Yep.
It's the 30th anniversary of something I know you've watched, which is White Men Can't Jump. And I don't know that you watch it, but I'm assuming you watch it because you're white and you can't jump. And it's like every white person's The White Great Hope movie.
I mean, see, I watched it because Wesley's in it.
Okay.
And it was directed by my man. So
wait, who's the director?
Huh?
The director.
What do you mean? Who's the director?
I couldn't think of his name when I was talking about it earlier, and I was having a brain fart.
Man, I don't know if I could be on this podcast.
Listen, bro, this ain't the Shit Gets Deep podcast. This is Beyond the Tracks, bro.
Yeah,
we don't claim to be intelligent.
We're
by
drunk
no
before we
means.
get here.
Right.
Wow. And see, I don't have a drink in front of me.
Oh.
So maybe I need to get something.
Yeah.
I mean, just to fit in. I don't have any 8 Mile, so.
No, that's because you're down in the bayou. They don't down where Brad's at. They don't even
know. Can we ship it? I don't even know if we can ship it.
No, they don't have stores to ship it to. He's in the middle of a swamp. What am I going to give it to a gator and tell a gator to ride?
He's in the squiggles. He's in the squiggles.
Yeah, I'm all up in the swamps. Yeah, I mean, Mikey could absolutely send me a case of 8 Mile, and I mean, I could get it started down here.
Damn.
It's a case. You hear that, Mikey? A case, a whole fucking case. Hey, okay.
There it is. Don't be shocked if you get a case.
It was directed by Ron Shelton.
Yes.
And I like his movies for the most part. He had a lot of cool, movies and shit that he wrote in the 80s and 90s. Bull Durham. I think he wrote Tin Cup.
Yes, Tin Cup. That's the one that Michael.
I forgot about Bull Durham.
That Michael mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm a kind of a film geek as far as that goes. So, like, if I like one of your movies as a director, I'm going to follow you a little bit.
Right.
See, and that's the difference. That's the difference between us and Brad. We're like, man, I really like this movie. I really like blah, blah, blah. And Brad is that motherfucker to say, well, yeah, it was written in 1948 by Bill Gross, who did this.
Not that bad.
And I'd be like, dude, what did you see Samuel L. Jackson in the movie? Wasn't he cool? And you're like, yeah, but it's Brad fucks it up.
Brad, you know what I think it's. You go, this is how I picture it going. You go, yeah, man, such and such was great, man. I love the scene where blah blah. And like, yeah, I didn't see it, but you know all about it. No, the book. I read the book.
Right.
It's like, oh, they got a book on this?
Right.
Yeah, that's where it originated.
Yeah. Oh, I'll guarantee you, every movie Brad's probably watched, if there's a book, he's read the book first. Guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Do you still read like that, Brad?
Yeah, like I'm fucking insane, honestly. It's a problem. It really is. I was telling this to Mike not too long ago. Like, I read, no bullshit, like a book a day almost. A book. I'll say 2 days maybe I'll finish a book. So when you read, 700 books a year almost, like it's a problem.
Yeah, that's facts.
But is it a problem?
Right.
I mean, yeah, because like they cost money and and like a lot of people budget, like shit into their life, going out to eat, I don't know, whatever the hell other people do for hobbies, their bowling league, bars, whatever. I have to budget books into my budget.
Do you? So as a book reader, I've you're my brother's best friend. I grew up around you, so I know I've always known you as a reader. But now, since you've been in New Orleans and I don't see you as much, I don't really know if you're reading as much as since audiobooks came out. Have you done audiobooks, or do you not fuck with audiobooks?
I can't do audiobooks. They go too slow.
You can read. You can read good, Brad.
He can read and wrote. Facts.
My mom tried to read over my shoulder one day, and she got mad at me because she thought I was lying, and she took the book from me because I was turning pages after like she had only read like 4 or 5 words on the page, and I was already turning to the next page. She said, "You can't possibly be reading that fast." And so she snatched the book from me and had to test me and quiz me, and I'm like, wow, it's a problem. It really is. Like I read way too fast.
So that actually makes sense, because you with movies, I've always put you on the upper echelon of movie reviewers, right?
Okay, all right.
Because you will you will read the book, and then if you do then watch the movie, can you visualize the stuff that you had from the book?
Yes.
Okay.
How different is it usually though? Because what you visualize.
Well, when I read a book, there is a point when I get into a story, when I get into the book, that I am no longer seeing the words on the page. I feel like I am literally looking at a movie screen. I don't know how else to describe that, but that's the best way to come to it. So in my head, like I've actually, Mike, since you brought that up, I've actually learned not to read the book before the movie comes out, because a lot of movies and shows are being released these days that I haven't not read the book, or I haven't got to it yet, or they're really obscure. The whole there's a Netflix show, I can't remember the name of it, Blood and Bone or something like that. I'm getting that wrong, but it's a fantasy series, and I watched like the first season and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I didn't realize it was based on a book. So I read the whole series of books. And it kind of threw me off a little bit, because what I see in my head, the way that the character is described on the page is usually slightly different from what I saw on the show. So I'll give you a great example. Tom Cruise played this character named Reacher in the Reacher movie.
Yeah, I'm actually watching the Reacher TV series right now,
and
on Prime Video.
It is fantastic. It is fantastic on Amazon. I highly recommend it. But in the books, Jack Reacher is described as a 6'5" ex-military cop. He's 6'5". He weighs 250 pounds, give or take. He's extremely muscular. He's a very big dude. When they announced the Reacher movie, I was initially pumped up because I'm like, yes, they're finally making a movie. I mean, there's like 30 books now in this series. So I'm like, great, they're finally making a movie. And then they cast Tom Cruise. I'm not taking
like
away
5'6".
from Tom Cruise. Yeah, exactly. Tom Cruise did a hell of a job. And I actually watched the movie and I enjoyed it. But that bugged the shit out of me the entire time.
Which,
you know, I'm like, Tom Cruise is not Reacher. He's just not physically Reacher.
Which they did a good job with the series now, because the actual Reacher in the series is a 6'6" massive giant of a man.
Yeah, he's very big, and he plays it well. It's not quite what I have in my head, but it's close enough. I'm much more satisfied with that. So anyway, I try not to read the books if I haven't read them already. I try not to read the books before I watch the movie, because it kind of takes away from my immersion and my enjoyment of the movie.
I never looked at it like that, but you know, Brad, the guys at the podcast.
I just want to say that you two are getting ready to nerd out right now. I can see it in TJ's eyes.
No, I don't nerd out. Listen, here's the thing, Brad. Like everybody that we know that comes on here, onto the show that we know personally, people always talk about like I fucking remember everything, and I think it's because I haven't smoked enough weed in my days, but I remember everything. And whenever you talk about reading books, and now we're talking about our podcast today was about best sports movie, right? Well,
and now we're on books.
Well, no. Here's the thing, but it all comes together because I vividly remember you used to live on Telegraph Road, where Telegraph and Monroe Street come together.
Correct.
Okay, that house, and it was like a standalone house. My brother took me over there with him, kind of like as a tag along. It was a Sunday night. It was the night of the NBA All-Star game.
The one day you went over there, you remember all that fucking detail. That's
absolutely
crazy to me.
It was.
That's crazy.
So look. So no, I'll paint the picture for you. So what it was the NBA All-Star game. I was a kid. I love sports, so obviously I'm wherever I'm watching the game at, I'm good. Okay. My brother brings me over to your house. We're watching the game, and I kept looking over. I remember this being a kid. I kept looking over at you like, I don't think he's looked up, because you had a spit cup, and I'm sorry if I'm putting too much of your business out on the podcast, but you had a spit cup. You know, keep it real here. You had a spit cup to spit your dip in, and you had a book, and you were turning pages, spitting in your fucking cup like a fucking giant in this chair. You know, I'm a kid. You're a giant. You know, if you guys don't know Brad, the people that don't know Brad that's listening, Brad's a giant himself, man. He's a tall guy, and I just remember you sitting in that chair that you had. It was like your chair, flipping pages, spitting in the cup, and I kept looking over at like, does he even know the score? Like, how is he not watching? This is an All-Star game. This is like huge, and everybody I was going to say is everybody at the podcast kind of knows like. That's one thing. I have a great memory. I bring up shit, and I don't know how. It's I don't have to think hard about it. But when I think about you and books, that's the picture that's in my head. And it just so happens we're talking about sports movies, and that was a sports that all kind of came together as the vivid picture I have of Brad when I was little. You know what I mean?
That's my relationship to sports.
That's
it's in the background. I know about it, but
you know what happens
Like,
in the real world.
when somebody goes, "Whoo!" You're like, "Oh, somebody scored."
yeah. Like, I look up and go, damn, that was a sweet ass dunk. And then I go right back to my book.
Brad's like Eddie Murphy and Coming to America when halftime. Oh, it's my favorite part. It's my favorite part. Halftime. It's my favorite part.
Exactly.
That's it.
Well,
All right. So
if you
favorite sports movies. I mean, I don't really have too many. I mean, I have a few favorites.
Come on.
I have a few that I enjoy.
Let's go.
All right. I have to mention Rocky.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
It's not my favorite, but I feel like it's kind of the seminal sports movie, at least for me, because that was one of the first sports movies I ever saw. And I have never seen white people get so excited by people running up steps. I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but that was the first. That was the first sports movie that I saw that really, gave me something, gave me a feeling. I was like, kind of like, he builds himself up, he turns his life around, he gets, the whole thing. And
did you go out and buy the soundtrack?
No.
Was you running around talking about dun 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 dun? No.
I did, however, in 1987, I believe, or 85. I don't remember. Whenever Rocky 3 came out, was it Rocky 3? Eye of the Tiger. What was that song? Was that in the 80s? I'm pretty sure
that was in the 80s.
Yeah,
that was definitely in the 80s. That was
Eye of the Tiger. We had a talent show at my middle school, and I lip synced that song.
Okay.
Oh shit!
In front of a crowd of probably 200 uninterested.
Does anybody
adults.
have an old school VHS video of this?
No,
I bet you Linda has it. Linda, I need that.
Man,
no, Linda does not. Linda does not have any record of that. But
so you could just be lying to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the song. I remember what's his face, Drago, in the movie.
That was Rocky 4.
Was it
Okay.
Yep, the Russian. Yep, Dolph.
Lundgren.
Yep.
I must break you.
If he dies, he dies. I tell people that at work every fucking day. When they talk about, I deal with chemicals and shit, dude. The motherfuckers be like fucking. If he dies, he dies. That's because I'm making fun of the company because sometimes they don't give us the proper PPE to work with some of the shit we work with, and that's like our slogan. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
So Brad,
I mean, that's good.
Brad, send me 4 bars of Eye of the Tiger.
I mean, I can't hit those notes anymore, buddy. I was lip syncing. I didn't say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is true. But I know you can sing too. But we'll save that for another podcast.
We'll save that for another one.
There's parts of that movie, Brad, that parts that all them movies, and we actually I've talked about this a bunch of times about Rocky because I'm into boxing and everything, and a lot of people that are into boxing hate that movie because of the fight sequence and it's so unrealistic. And I try to tell people like it has nothing to fucking do with what happens in that ring. We're talking about like the rise and fall. Like people think that just boxers are just, you're a professional boxer, then you get rich, like how you do in professional basketball or something. No, these motherfuckers get broke and rich and broke and rich and back and forth their whole career because people will be like, well, how is it in Rocky such and such, Rocky 5 with Tommy Gunn? He's living back in Philly in the hood. And I'm like, because the motherfucker lost his money, bro. Like, you don't stay on top forever. Like, it's boxing.
He hasn't had a fight in 10 years.
Yeah, it's sanctioned, but it's not. There's no federation. There's no association. There's nothing to it. Like, you're only as good as your last fight in boxing.
That's exactly.
True. Whereas that a basketball player can be, good his whole career and then sit a bench getting paid because they're paying homage to him. Boxing, you're only as good as what fight you can promote next.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yep. And it's so much bigger than just boxing, man. Yeah. I don't know. That's me nerding out on Rocky. I've had these conversations so many times, and I'm just like, man, fuck you guys that think that.
Also in the movies, Rocky. Mentioning Rocky movies made me want to mention Creed, because Creed was a hell of a sports movie.
A hell of a sports movie. You're right. You're absolutely right. Michael B. Jordan.
Probably one of my favorites that I rewatch on fairly regular basis. Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, we just talked about that earlier.
We talked about that in the 400,000 major actors and athletes that are in that movie.
Yeah,
Al Pacino, LL.
yeah. I mean, mainly because it was directed by Oliver Stone, and once again, we've established that I'm a nerd for directors.
Yes,
but
and we're okay with it.
Yeah, that was a wonderfully filmed.
Oh, here we go. Here's another phone a friend. We were talking about this earlier, and we couldn't think of the owner's name, the girl that played in Something About Mary.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron fucking Diaz. All I could say was to Michael, I said, she used to buy weed from Snoop Dogg in high school. And he looked at me like, what the fuck? But I'm like, no, I actually know that from a story that she told in a magazine that Snoop was asked about. I don't know.
Yep.
Don't get me. I remember too much. Don't.
See,
don't
I'm 50, so I'm at a point where I have some timers, and sometimes I remember. Like, I'm gonna go home tonight, and I'm gonna think of like 400 facts that I should have spit out on the podcast, but I can't. So that's all right.
But you and Snoop and Cameron Diaz are the same age. They remembered. She remembered buying weed from Snoop,
Right, and she smoked it.
and still remembered.
Allegedly.
Somebody probably reminded her though. Like Brad is my reminder. Brad will say, "You remember, man, when we?" Then I remember it. You're my reminder. You'll be like, "Man,
Okay.
this and that, blah blah blah." I remember.
Well, we were drunk a lot.
But there are some things that
Usually when I'm around Brad, I don't remember a lot of things in my adult years of being around Brad.
No, Brad's good. He's a good guy now.
Yeah, I'm a good guy now.
He's a good guy now. He drinks like a Corona and a half a shot of Patron, and he's
Yeah, but last time me and
hammered.
him drank, I had that Casamigos.
That is good shit.
That was at your 50th birthday party. No, it wasn't your 50th.
Dana's
50th. Yep.
Yeah, he was dumping that shit down off the side.
I don't care. I was drunk.
I was
drunk that night. I don't care.
super drunk that night.
Yes. And
Can
your lady was.
Can you get a look at my face?
Your lady. your lady from down there in the bayou, she was crunked up too. She had me scared at one point.
Listen,
Yeah.
shout out to Crystal because she don't give a fuck.
Oh no,
But,
she don't care.
you know what? Can we talk about this real quick? Can we get off topic a little bit?
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
Brad,
let's
bro.
go.
All I can remember, Crystal coming to Michigan, is her looking at Rome and going, "That's a bitch ass drink." Like she don't know Rome from nobody, and that's why I was like, "That is why I love her. That is why I am gonna allow Brad to be with her for the rest of his life, just based on because she don't give a fuck."
I remember Rome's face. Rome was just staring at her like, "What?" And she was like, "That's a bitch ass drink." She said, I can only see women drinking that, and it's odd to see you drinking that." And I was just like, "Oh my god!"
And I was blown away because I didn't really, I that was the first time I had met Crystal, was that weekend, and then after meeting Crystal and hanging out with her, I realized that yeah, she was saying it was a bitch ass drink because she fucking wrestles alligators and fucking her family's like really, really, really from the bayou.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it came out of her once. The more she drank, the more I was like, "Shoot him, Lizzie! Shoot him! Get that gator, Lizzie! Shoot him! Shoot him!"
Oh, I love it.
Man. Fuck.
Yeah.
I had a question for you, Brad, and this was Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Have you ever watched it?
Oh god, yes.
I was like, he probably watched it, read the book 25 times.
That's the one. That's one of the
Rewrote
ones.
the ending.
You know, I'm not a big book reader, but that was one of the movies that I was kind of like, to me, I would think that the book was probably better than the movie, even though the movie was awesome. What say you, Brad?
They were different. The book didn't quite end the same way as the movie. I mean, they rarely do. They have to, film a 2-hour stretch or whatever. Honestly, they're both really good standalone things. They both measure up well. You can't. I mean, you could compare them, but there's
They're
a lot
that
of
different?
nuance. There's a lot of nuance that you get in books. No, they're not that different. But
Did you read the book? No.
No, I haven't. I'm saying I would imagine that the book would be better
Get the
than the
audiobook.
movie. Okay.
Get the audiobook.
yeah,
It's because it's dope. I'm
yeah,
not
it really is.
I don't want to ruin anything for you. It's dope.
It's a really fantastic movie, and it's a really fantastic book. And like to compare the two is kind of hard.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you read a book, you're able to most of the time see into the main character's head. That's something they can't portray on the screen. So that especially in an emotional story like this, it moves you and pulls you in a different direction.
Right.
I think they did a really good job adapting it.
So Brad, do you believe if I build it, you will come?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't the first time he's said that to you, though, Brad.
Yeah, but that
Listen,
first day, you was
I
talking
feel like
about
when he
that
lived in
sex
Kimberly
share.
Estates and there was a lot of drinking going on, I believe that at some point he had said that line. And I'm not saying in what way, but I feel like that is a line that he might have just said drunk one night at 3 a.m.
Probably.
with a great idea.
Probably.
After he nailed the dildo to a chair. Yeah.
No. Pause. No video, no proof.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Listen.
That is a male
T,
picture I don't want.
all I'm going to tell you is this, because I can, because who knows when we're going to get Brad back on the podcast. Me and Brad used to sit on my deck in the trailer and drink Crazy Horse. Yes. If you don't know about it,
I know what Crazy Horse is now.
then whew.
Yeah.
And we liked it.
I don't know if I would go that.
Well, after like 440s a piece, we didn't care.
Yeah.
We beer bonged. We beer bonged Crazy Horse, and Colt 45 double malt. Y'all are from
That
there.
is not my favorite memory.
That is, bro. That's our claim to fame. What can you do? Oh, you smoke 3 blunts?
Brad was like, Brad's thinking right now, call him to the podcast, they said. It would be fun, they said. Now he's about to get off here.
My stomach literally turned.
I was going to say he's about to get off the phone and go straight to the toilet.
Oh shit.
Oh, man, that's good shit. B-Rad, when's the next time you coming up to good old Michigan?
He's moving up here.
What?
Yeah, and Mike said he's going to build it.
I build it, he will come.
You build it, they will come. You bet not.
I'm gonna build it.
He already chopped down his weeping willow in his yard. That was his last New Orleans type thing that he had here to make you feel at home.
That ain't really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
really
weeping
New
willows
Orleans.
down there, right?
yeah.
I mean, there's a few, but no, it's not a big deal.
When I think of outside of New Orleans,
thinking
which
that
I know you're not New Orleans, you're in New Iberia, but when I think of Louisiana and I think of like outside of the city, for some reason I just picture there's just a bunch of fucking weeping willows and mosquitoes.
Okay, the mosquitoes, I mean, that's on point. But no, there's
And
more
flying
like
ass
cypress
roaches.
trees. Yeah, flying roaches.
Shoot 'em!
That's not yeah, definitely. And I am terrified of them. Even though I know they can't do anything to me, if they start flying, I am like literally diving to the floor. Get the fuck away from me. I mean, I'm already not cool with insects to begin with. And yeah, like when they like weaponize that fear and throw it at me, I'm not cool with that.
Oh shit.
And then you get the big tree roaches. They're like 4 inches long.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right
And
there.
every once in a while they creep into the house. Oh, bruh.
Oh, those are those like the big thick ones?
Yeah.
They're like water based, like they just follow water.
I don't know what they're.
Is that I think that's the same. That might be the same ones we had in Arizona. In Arizona, they're not like the nasty roaches when things are nasty or like, you know what I mean, your house isn't clean or something. They just travel through water, and they're huge. They're like as big as like your thumb. What the fuck was that? A big ass roach? What was that? Could you hear that?
Bro, you know it's haunted up here, man.
Let me tell you something, Brad. Last week we went to right here at the River Raisin Center. One of our homies was he makes horror films, and he was doing a premiere of his newest horror film, and they filmed like the spooky, crazy goon goblin parts of the movie were filmed in our hallway on our floor where our studio's at. So
Nice.
like. Nice, yeah. Well, it's still daylight here while we're recording, but like I don't like fucking around up here by myself anymore, in this fucking 200-year-old building by myself at night anymore, because
Oh, bitch, nigga.
call me what you want to call me. That fucking thing with the bride's fucking head that was doing the different shit with her body and all that shit, she can stay the fuck over there by Brain Jerk Studio and by fucking Omar Studio, because. No, fuck that. And you know what? Shout out to her because she's a great actress. Actress. And you know she was stunning that night. Well, fuck that. I don't even know if I want to see her in real person, like in real life, like as a regular person anymore.
She's
Right.
all right. She's cute. She ain't.
I don't care. I seen her when she jumped out of the back seat of that fucking. Anyway, Brad, scary movies. Bam. Number one scary movie. What say you?
The one that scares me the most, and it's oddly strange. It's a scary movie. But
Don't
it's
tell
not-
mom the babysitter's dead.
No.
Oh.
The Witch.
The Witch.
That's probably with Anya Taylor Olsen or whatever her name is, the chick from Queen's Gambit. Anya
Oh my
Taylor.
God, the Queen's Gambit is my shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just nerded out, bro. Just nerded out. Oh my
Anya-
God, that is my shit. But
Anya
yes, I know who
Taylor
you're talking about.
Joy, I think is her name.
I haven't seen that.
You have not seen The Witch?
I have not seen that.
Okay, it came out in I don't remember 2014, 2015, something like that, somewhere around that that thing. It is a genuinely unsettling movie.
I did
It's
see
not.
that.
I mean, it has
Unsettling.
a few jump scares, but it is
Okay.
mainly just it builds a sense of
Oh, I'm watching
dread.
that shit tonight.
It builds a sense of dread in you that just it does it for me. I don't like traditional like jump scare movies, you know, like The Conjuring and all those movies. Although I have watched them, they're not my favorite movies to watch, mainly because I'm a big pussy. But
I am too. I'm cool with it.
Oh,
I'm
bitch,
okay.
oh, bitch ass ninjas.
I watch scary movies with my gun, and then I realized you can't shoot ghosts, motherfucker. What is you doing? You're gonna shoot the fucking wall. You're gonna shoot somebody that you don't want to shoot. What the fuck are you doing?
The Witch is probably my top horror film, not of all time, but I mean it's up there. Like when I watch that, I genuinely get like unsettled, like really just creeped the fuck out.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to watch it now. Like it's gonna take me like 3 weeks to watch it.
Yeah, well,
I get scared.
I'll tell you a little bit about it. Basically, it takes place in like the 1600s when the Pilgrims or Puritans or whoever the shit they were in New England.
Mhm.
And so this one family
The
is
thieves?
kind of out, huh?
The thieves.
No, they're not thieves. Anyway, it's a family, and they're kind of outcast from their village, and so they have to live way out in the woods. That's the premise of the movie, and this is hysterical, witch burning New England Puritan, mindset. So they move way out to the country, and some shit happens. I'm not going to go into detail, but they are completely isolated, and it just builds from that. And it's only like 5 or 6 main characters in the thing, and it is genuinely unsettling. The music, the cinematography, everything about it just generally creeps me the fuck out.
Is there a lot of dialogue in this movie?
No, not really.
Because to me, I feel like the less dialogue in scary movies, the scarier it is. When there's too much talking, I get kind of I don't know. It takes away from the scariness. Yeah, you get disconnected.
Yeah,
Yep. Because it's too much of trying to build up, and it's too
It
much.
takes you out of that immersion. I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm the type of dude, like, I got to watch a scary movie with somebody else in the house. I can't watch it by myself. If I do, I get creeped out. It could be broad daylight. I could be outside, by myself.
Oh, bitch ass
Sunlight.
ninja.
Yeah, call it what you want. I don't know. I get too into it.
I don't watch
movies
scary movies in my house when it's just me and when I'm home alone, but with the girls, with my twins, because I wake them up on accident because I literally go in the room like every like 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm just like what if? And then I start watching her baby monitor closer, which also, if you watch a baby
Looks
monitor,
creepy as shit.
it looks really creepy
Right?
in night vision.
Right?
And that's, from the paranormal movies and all this
Right.
different shit. It's like, no, don't ever do that. So yeah.
Oh, the original Paranormal scared the living shit out of me.
Yeah, me too. Like
Yeah. I'll tell you a story. Do you guys remember the Blair Witch Project?
Yep.
Okay, so when that movie first came out in, what was that, 88 maybe, 89?
No.
No, it was 9.
I was in middle school. I went and seen it at the movies. It was in like 97-ish.
Okay, well, this
98?
is before the internet. This is before the popularity of the internet. So it wasn't like ubiquitous like it is now on your phone. And
Right.
shit. And I went into that movie cold, and I thought it was a real documentary.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Scared the living shit out of me.
Bro, fuck
especially
me up.
being-
Before I went and seen the movie, I watched all the quote documentaries that they were releasing beforehand.
Leading up to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was legitimately scared because I was like, holy shit, this is real. This really happened. Oh my God.
The
Why
ending
aren't we
scene.
why aren't we sending the FBI to investigate this? Like, where are my tax dollars going? God damn it! Like, I was genuinely like upset. And then like 6 months later, they had the fucking Oscars, and all of the actors are walking down the red carpet, and I'm like, look at this shit right here. God damn it!
Was you not pissed? Because I was
Oh, I was
pissed.
fucking furious. I mean, shout out to the directors and the people who made
facts.
that movie, because I mean, they made it for like $15,000, and they made trillions off of it, or however much it grossed. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Blair Witch 18 wasn't really the same, was it?
no. But anyway, it was a well choreographed media frenzy, or whatever you want to
They
call
did
it.
a really good job of
Yeah,
setting that up, the whole
absolutely.
build up, what like in music we call it the rollout. They did a really good job of the rollout, but in a movie
Yes.
form to where that's
Yeah.
basically the rollout.
Yeah.
I can't go in the woods without, still to this day, without thinking of Blair Witch or being conscious at some point in the moment when I'm in woods of looking to see.
Bitch ass ninja.
Well,
See,
I was
you know what?
telling-
Mike
I
says
was-
this, but Mike doesn't leave the fucking the 6-block radius of downtown. So he can talk all this shit, but I bet you won't find Michael and Dana just fucking sipping a twisted
Straight
tea
into the woods,
and
right.
fucking in the middle of
What are you talking about, bro? That's what I do.
the UP somewhere.
I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I told one of my coworkers, I work with all young people for the most part, half my age, 25 to 30. And I told one of them about the movie, and I was telling her about the hype and how, scared I was, basically. And so she went home and watched it. And she didn't tell me that she watched it because I had forgotten, we were talking about movies one day, and I'd forgotten I told her that. And I went into the cooler in the back, and she was standing in the corner just facing away from me, and it fucking creeped me the fuck out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? And she started laughing, and she couldn't hold a straight face. And I'm like, oh my
No.
God. And she's like, I watched the movie the other night. She's like, I knew I would get you. I'm like, you bitch.
Oh, Brad.
Yeah, I almost pissed on myself at work.
Brad,
That would
let me tell
legitimately kind of creep me out.
it for our listeners out there. I'm going to tell Brad something. For our listeners out there, take notes. If you want to play a joke on TJ the mayor, aka TJ that didn't used to be this studious, and you want to do the girl in the elevator or any of those tricks, don't. I will fight. I will fight you. I don't know how to not think that way. I will fight you, because here's the thing: the ending scene of our homie Nate's film is a female that starts doing, how not the CGI. What's that shit where their bones start cracking, they start moving in certain ways and shit,
Yeah, I know.
and they start crawling backwards and all that other shit.
Yeah,
that shit. Yes, that shit. I will. If it's a joke, I'm sorry. You got hit in the face. I'm sorry. I'm not advocating hitting innocent people, but that's not innocent in my eyes at that point.
No, if you're coming to me walking on your hands and feet, backwards.
You're getting
facing up.
kicked.
Oh yeah, you're getting fucked up. I'm stomping you or something. I'm running away after. Don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely gonna try and like stop you.
And the night that movie aired at the film release, it was a great night. Me and Mikey are literally talking outside of the theater, and he's like, "Yeah, he's with his family. Yeah, I'm gonna go home." I'm like, "Well, you know what, man? It's very rare that I get to get out like this, so I'm gonna go down to the studio, man, and do some things because there's still some things in the studio that I want to get done, cosmetically and setting shit up. And I know it was filmed here, and I was okay with it at first. And what happened was, my homie Jake Elmer, who we mentioned earlier, before you jump on the podcast, he's one of my homies. Him and his daughter, their car was at the end of Front Street. So now I'm on Front Street by myself, and it was a Saturday night, and there was nobody out, and I'm like, this is fucking weird. And then it started raining, and I was like, and my car was parked outside the studio, and so I walk all the way to my car, and I'm like, I'm just staring at the fucking studio, the door to get up to the studio. I'm looking up because we're on the second floor, and I'm like, I haven't seen one fucking, this is downtown Monroe. I haven't seen one person since I left the theater and left my friends. This has got to be a sign. Like, never have I ever not seen somebody outside of Beaks or 129 Lounge or something. And I just decided, you know what? Nope, that's it. I'm taking my ass the fuck home. I went and got the shittiest Taco Bell you can get, and I was fucking happy about it.
And good.
It was good because I was in the comfort of my own home. I put on a comedy when I got, matter of fact, I put on a fucking rom-com. That's how much, yes, that's how much I just needed to get out of that space. I put on a Matthew McConaughey rom-com and said, I'm going to be all right. Oh, man.
Whoa. So we have veered far off from sports movies.
Yeah, that's what the fuck we do
Hey,
at
man,
Beyond
we
the
just-
Tracks
we just
podcast.
start.
We're beyond the tracks.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with it. I'm here with y'all. I'm enjoying the ride.
I can't wait to get you in studio.
I mean,
You'd look very good
could-
on the camera.
I look good no matter what, but
This mother.
you know,
People can't see you.
I was supposed
He
to
looks like
send
a
picture.
retired cop.
Yeah, I really do.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I never thought about that. Brad, you do look like you look like a retired cop that then ended up being a like probation or parole officer for a couple years and then decided, fuck this ain't for me. I'm retiring for real this time. Bam. Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry, Brad.
I've always looked like a cop, though. Honestly, I've had a lot of problems going to neighborhoods and trying to buy drugs.
Yeah, but you had that motherfucking slick back. And I know you bald now, but you had that motherfucking slick back, dog. That motherfucking slick back. You know what I'm talking about? You had that. It wasn't a slick all the way back, and you had a wave in it, but you had a wave slick back, bro.
I did.
He had a mullet.
No, he looked like he was on the task force that'll come fuck you up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I look like the undercover on the street. What? That's not really undercover. You know, trying to be
The one that goes, do you know where I can buy some crack cocaine that is made from cocaine mixed with baking soda, water, a pot, heated up? I don't know the recipe. Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I got to tell one quick story because we have Brad on the pod, just because we touched on this. Me and Brad, I think we were in like Detroit somewhere, going for a job interview or some shit. And we got lost. You remember this, Brad?
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
so we're driving around. And I mean, like, we are in the hood. I don't know where the fuck we're at, but we were in the hood. And Brad turns to me, he goes, man, I'm glad you're with me. And I'm like, fuck that. I look like I'm riding around with a fucking narc. We all fucked up. And Brad was like, ooh, shit. I never thought about it that way. Man, we got the fuck out of Dodge quick. We was just looking for E-Way. It didn't matter what it was. We didn't know 94, 96, 93, 210. We didn't know. We had to get the fuck out of where the fuck we was at, though.
Yeah. That was a nerve-wracking moment.
My man.
That's you guys were looking at a job interview and it was the reverse. When it was the reverse where it was in Detroit, so they had to hire a certain amount of white people. What's that called? What was the law called? Back in the day, they got rid of it now. Affirmative action, it was like reverse affirmative action.
Facts.
Like, man, we need a white guy. We can't get no.
Right. Brad
we
was
can't
like,
get
come
no.
on, dude. If you go, they'll hire us both.
I remember going to Detroit to visit your cousin who lived in Detroit.
The whole family. Probably our cousin, either our cousin
probably
James,
Jimmy.
our uncle Jimmy.
No, it's probably James.
Probably our cousin James on the east side.
Yeah.
James was on 8 Mile or 6 Mile in Vaughn or
Vern.
Vaughn.
That was it.
Yeah.
I remember Vaughn.
I think that's east side.
Yeah.
We
That
went
ain't
there
really east side.
Yeah. Oh.
one time to hang out. I remember this quite vividly. And we went there, and first of all, they had a pit bull in the yard. And
Standard.
I played with the pit bull immediately upon meeting it because I'm a dog person and dogs like me. Mike was freaked the fuck out because he was like, Jesus Christ, that pit bull has ripped faces off of people. and you're over.
Oh, you was on the west side. You was on Burlingame off of Dexter. Yes, you was on the west side, which is an infamous hood. Yes.
Yeah. So I played with the pit bull, and then later we were going to a bar. And we all got in a car and we drove to the bar. And when I walked in, it was literally like the movies, like the fucking records scratched, and every head in that bar turned to me when I walked in, and just everybody stopped talking. I was the only white face in that entire bar. And I'm cool because I'm walking in with my boys, and your uncle, cousin, whoever, hollered. He's cool. He's with us.
I think
It was probably Mo.
It was either. I think it was Mo. It was either Mo or I don't think it was Kurt. I think it was Mo. Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Oh, okay," and they went back.
Then the
talking.
music started playing again.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn."
Chatter started happening.
They probably looked like, man, who brought the parole officer in here? We all going,
Right.
Man, and
5-0.
And the cool thing is the two people that we mentioned that it could have been, and I wasn't there, so I don't know the story, but I know who used to hang out over in that side.
I got some timers. So.
But that was my Aunt Pat's house, and my cousin Kurt, who you guys might have been with. Kurt is Kwame Kilpatrick's homie,
Right.
So you were good there.
Yeah.
And if it was Mo,
I know.
I believe Mo
was
and
it-
Trick was
it
cool
was
back
Mo.
in the day.
It was
Okay,
Mo.
it was Mo, probably Mo. Which Mo, yeah. They both got street cred, but yes. You at least you were with the right Madisons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and so I survived my episode and my exploration, my adventures in Detroit, in the hood, the ghetto.
The ghetto.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the West Side. Shout out to Burlingame, Dexter, Livernois, that whole area. Then right down the street, you got Woodrow Wilson, my boy Jay Nutty, all them, the Woodrow Wilson boys and all them. Yeah, shout out to
See,
them.
TJ's the hood one.
Yeah.
No. I am the mayor. Don't get it twisted. I'm just not a Kwame Kilpatrick mayor.
Yeah. You're still young.
Yeah. My back hurt.
Yeah, I have never met anybody who knows as many people as you, TJ. Never in my life. You're like a walking Rolodex. I mean, people don't use Rolodexes anymore. But you know what I mean, because you can ask TJ literally anything. It'd be like, hey, I really like the cap on this pen, and TJ are like, oh, I know the dude who makes them, and he'll call him up.
Right.
Oh man! Shout out to my boy Kieran McCann, who used to be he's my old co-host, one of my good friends. We go down to Dallas for Michigan was playing Florida. Michigan was playing Florida for the opener in Dallas at Jerry's World, and we go down there because his brother lived in Fort Worth, and they had a suite there. So he invites us all down. Me and Kieran go down. We're in the parking lot in Arlington, Texas. We're in the parking lot tailgating, and just like one after another, somebody from Monroe. And I'm saying what's up to him. My homeboy's brother worked for Charles Schwab as a manager, and like that's what Charles Schwab is built on, his relationships. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
right. So we're like halfway to tailgating, and I got like 40 people at our tailgate that I know personally. And finally he goes, hey man, you want a job or something? He was like, how are you? You're from Michigan. You live in Arizona. I invite you to Texas for a game, and you literally have my whole tailgate is your people, and I've lived here for like 2 years now. Yeah, so I get that, man. I get it, but you know what, Brad? I grew up around a lot of cool people, and you're one of them. Where I'm intrigued by being around a bunch of different people. Like, you know, you're different than my brother, but you guys are best friends and coexist. And I learned relationships from how good your guys' relationships is, and just different people in my family. And like, that's the thing about being the youngest of 7 is you get to watch how people move, and you take a little bit from everybody, and then you become relatable. And I just like to be relatable. I don't know. It's a gift and a curse.
Me and Mike talked about this not too long ago. You have the gift of being like you make whoever you're speaking to feel like they are the center of the universe.
Facts.
Because they are.
Like when I have a conversation with you, everything stops, and I can tell your total focus is on what I'm saying, and that's rare. That's extremely rare.
Yes.
Well, because why else? Like, why else would you take somebody else's time? You know what I mean? I think that's you know.
And I mean, I do the same thing, or I think I'm doing the same thing when I talk to people. I'm focused on what they're saying, but it's like I don't know how to describe it. You are laser focused. You are just dialed in. Nothing else matters but the answer to this question that you just asked me, and it's compelling. You want to talk to you. You know,
that's right. Yeah, that's true.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Brad. Because I do try to, like, I'm a people person, man. I think that's the whole thing about being some people say they're a people person, but they're only engaged in a person so they can wait for their turn to talk about themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm a talker. Don't get it twisted. But, and you know this, I'm a talker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm a talker because I can relate, because I've listened so much.
Right.
And I've been, you know what I mean, engaged so much. But thank you for that, man, because I guess I've never heard it broke down like that. No, I guess that's a good thing. That's a thank you moment, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's not a bad thing, is it?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, it's either that or an offer to sleep with you.
Well,
I mean, you know.
so we're brought to you by 8 Mile Vodka. Thank you all for listening. JC's Quality Construction.
Is Brad breaking up? Hello. Hey.
Yeah, there's a lot of static on my end, fellas.
We do have to wrap this thing up, man, because we do hear the cloggers upstairs are starting to come down. We got a studio, Brad, where there's a dance studio upstairs, and they're wonderful people, but they get it cracking at a certain time.
Facts.
But before we go, I know my brother wants to tell you goodbye. I also want to tell you goodbye. I don't get to talk to you as much, and you know, we'll change that, man, because I love you dearly. I look at you as a big brother, and I really appreciate you calling, and I can't wait to actually have you in the studio in person. And I'll throw it over to Big Mike, man, so you guys can kind of close out the show. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
my
DJ.
brother, because this is my best friend. He's a real bad bitch. Oh no, you don't want me to sing that one? No.
No.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
Hey, that's a better one. That's a better one. Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. Like this has been something long time coming, and I mean we could probably talk for 6 hours on a podcast with you.
We do.
But thanks for touching base. I was gonna say I'll probably call you later on this evening. We'll have another podcast just between me and you. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. I love you, and man, have a great night.
I love y'all fellas too. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, and one more thing. I'm going to make sure that Mikey somehow, some way, next time, because he was just in New Orleans literally last month. Next time he has to go to New Orleans, I'm just saying he might sneak a little something in his carry-on.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you feel me? Okay, then we already enough said.
Enough said.
So.
All right, fellas.
All right, Brad.
Have a good night. I will talk to y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with us. Peace. I almost hit the stop button. We didn't even say our goodbyes to the podcast. It was so organic. I felt like he was in here, man. Shout out to Brad, man. Shout out to your boy B-Rad, man. That's your brother, and I appreciate you reaching out to him to talk to us today.
It was a good time.
Great time. Well, let's wrap it up, man. I'm going to, real quick before we wrap it up, we did talk about sports movies, a couple honorable mentions, Major League, Rookie of the Year, The Rookie, Blindside. There was the Enforcer. There were so many movies that you guys should go check out. And I don't know. I know that there's going to be some people hitting us up talking about, hey, I wanted to call in to say this because you guys, you guys should have, why did you guys mention this? Why did you guys? We just talk, man. We just talk. We go. We didn't talk before this. We just said, hey, let's talk about sports movies because, you know, and this is just what we did, man.
And I told you this could be a part 1 of 55.
And you
got some Ed Jones.
I had to bring out some.
I would say, is those from Space Jam?
No. Space Jams are 11s. These are infrared 6s. But yeah, I tried to even bring out like some the street ball shit. I tried to bring out my Jordans today, the whole 9. It is the 30th anniversary of White Men Can't Jump. Just for old time's sake, everybody, go out, man. Go out, check out the movie, man. Like, it's a classic, man. It's just, get what you can get out of that movie. It's dope.
And if you haven't seen it, I mean, Rosie Perez hit you with a lot of nice side titties.
Side booby, bro.
She is the side booby queen.
Side booby. You know what? I was really disappointed. God, I'm going to sound like a creeper. I just kind of weirdly went in there with. I was really disappointed. I was shocked, or I was when they told me that wouldn't hurt titties in what's the Spike Lee joint?
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing. That wouldn't really hurt titties, and I was like, damn. But since I was a kid, I was like, that's Rosie Perez titties, and then they told me my whole life's been a lie, you know. But hey,
hers is actually bigger than that. But
yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Shout out to Rosie Perez. Shout out to Rosie Perez.
Fight the power.
Fight the power that beat. Oh, shout out to Radio Raheem. They killed Radio Raheem. Shout out to Radio Raheem. No, let's get out of here, man. Sure. And before we go, I got to mention y'all, May 20th, right here at Amaya's in downtown Monroe on the corner of Front and Monroe Street. We're going to bring to you Funny Fridays one more time. Actually, not one more time. We're just going to bring it to you again with a whole different slew of comedians. Always great food, probably a little bit of different menu. They always like to switch it up there. The great 8 Mile drinks flowing, which they had a phenomenal signature drink this time. We always do an 8 Mile special. So yes, we will be announcing next podcast who the comedians will be. So remember to put that on your calendar. May 20th, right here downtown Monroe at Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill, Funny Fridays. With that being said, I'm your boy TJ, the mayor.
It's your man DJ Big Mike. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter and peace.
Happy Good Friday. It's Beyond the Tracks podcast. We out.